All right, so we are down to the final 8 teams battling to see who will be the NBA champions in 2025. And it's prediction time. That's right, it's time to make predictions. Who will be the NBA champions in 2025? And we are going to start off with a prediction of an upset. That's right, one of the Eastern Conference semifinals sees the Indiana Pacers against the Cleveland Cavaliers. And you heard me correct. That's right. I said prediction for an upset. I believe the Indiana Pacers with Pascal Siakam and Tyrese Halliburton will defeat the Cleveland Cavaliers in the Eastern Conference semifinal. And who will they meet in the Eastern Conference? Well, let's find out with the other semifinal, as the New York Knicks are against the #1 seed Boston Celtics. This one is really a no-brainer to me. I think if the Knicks actually played Cleveland, I'd go with Cleveland. But in this situation, it's Boston, the Celtics, defending undisputed champions, trying to repeat, playing the Knicks. Knicks might be a little banged up. Bottom line, Knicks just aren't good enough to beat the Celtics. I'm sorry, Knicks fans, not happening. The Boston Celtics move on, probably in let's be generous and say 6 games. The Celtics move on to play the Pacers in the Eastern Conference Finals. All right, but let's take a look now at the Western Conference as we see the Denver Nuggets against the #1 Oklahoma City Thunder. That's right, this is basically a battle of the top 2 candidates for MVP, as Shea and the absolute dominant Jokic, who averaged a triple-double. Absolutely crazy. People are thinking about not giving the MVP to Jokic, averaging a triple-double. It's absolutely absurd. Bottom line, upset alert, OKC ranked #1 and will be eliminated in the Western Conference semifinal by Jokic and the Denver Nuggets. I know people are probably thinking that's a crazy prediction, but it's going down. The Nuggets beat OKC in 7 games, advancing to the Western Conference Finals. And in the other Western Conference Finals, we see the #7 Golden State Warriors, who just defeated the #2 Houston Rockets, against the #6 Minnesota Timberwolves, who just defeated the #3 Los Angeles Lakers. It's a battle of #6 against #7. So in this one, you'll see Ant-Man versus Curry. You know Draymond is going to get into it with Rudy Gobert. There may be some technicals. There'll be some flagrants. Hopefully no one gets ejected, Draymond Green. That's right, we're looking at you. No ejections. And if there is no ejections or rejections, bottom line, Golden State will defeat the Minnesota Timberwolves in 6, advancing to the Western Conference Finals, where they will meet the Denver Nuggets. All right, so the Eastern Conference Finals, we will see the Indiana Pacers against the Boston Celtics. And as good as Halliburton and Pascal Siakam have been, I just don't think it's enough to beat the Celtics in the finals of the Eastern Conference. So with Tatum, Brown, and everyone on that team, all the players, the rotational players, Boston gets it done, and I think they get it done in 6. I think the Boston Celtics win in 6 and advance to the NBA Finals, where they were last year, and they walked away as champions. And in the Western Conference Finals, we see the Denver Nuggets against the Golden State Warriors. People are going to be going bananas with this one. They're going to be like, what happened to OKC? How did OKC not make the Western Conference Finals? Jokic and the crew, that's why. But Jokic and the crew, as good as they are, as healthy as they may or may not be, it ain't enough. Murray is not good enough to go against Butler. You'll have the battle between Curry and Jokic going point for point. Bottom line, at this point, Golden State has depth to their team. They can rely on other players like Buddy Hield, Gary Payton I know Gary Payton was out in game 7, but he'll be back. And I mean, you got Pods. There's a crew of guys you can look to have big games. And I think they will. And I think Golden State walks away beating the Nuggets. I'm going to say in 7 games. This is a hard series to get through, as it was with Houston. With Houston. They went 7 games with Houston. They'll go 7 games with the Nuggets. The Golden State Warriors will be in the NBA Finals against the Boston Celtics. It's basically a rematch of the 2022 NBA Finals. And you know what? We're going to get the same results. That's right, my prediction for the 2025 NBA champions will be the Golden State Warriors as they beat the Boston Celtics in another grueling 7-game series. And Golden State walks away NBA champions in 2025. Steph and Draymond get their 5th ring. Steph becomes MVP. Maybe Jimmy Buckets is MVP. Who knows? We'll wait and find out. But that's my prediction. Golden State walks out of 2025 the NBA champions.